Have you ever wondered what it feels like to die slowly, from the toes upward? Not in a blaze of glory or a flash of pain, but in silence, while your body shuts down like a puppet with its strings cut. That, my friends, is the polite but pitiless touch of Hemlock, nature's original executioner. Welcome to Pete's world of poisonous plants, where beauty, myth, medicine, and murder all share the same deadly roots. Hemlock looks innocent enough, tall, elegant, with clusters of white flowers like lace at a wedding. But this isn't a wedding bouquet. It's a death sentence wrapped in petals. Its Latin name, Conium maculatum, means spotted, thanks to those purple blotches on the stem, which look disturbingly like the bruises it leaves on its victims. And that smell? People say it's a bit like crushed mice. Not exactly eau de nature. Every part of hemlock is poisonous. The leaves, seeds, roots, even the vapor when burned. Its killer compound, coniine, is a neurotoxin so vicious it paralyzes every muscle in your body while leaving your mind completely intact. It starts gently, a tingle in the lips, a numbness in the legs, then creeps upward like a cold tide, shutting down your nervous system piece by piece. First, your feet stop obeying you, then your arms, then your breathing muscles. You're still awake, still thinking, still trapped in your body, until finally, the diaphragm, the last muscle keeping you alive, stops, and you quietly suffocate, aware of every passing second. No pain relief, no mercy, just the slow, deliberate extinction of life. Now, let's step back to where this story began. Ancient Greece, a city called Athens, where democracy was young, philosophy was fashionable, and execution was, well, civilized. When the philosopher Socrates was sentenced to death for corrupting the youth and disrespecting the gods, the state didn't hang him. They didn't stab him. They handed him a wooden cup filled with a greenish hemlock brew, the official drink of death. His followers gathered around him in the prison cell, tearful and helpless. Socrates, calm as ever, took the cup and drank without hesitation. Within minutes, his legs grew heavy. The numbness spread to his chest. He lay down, describing his symptoms aloud, until his voice slowed, his breath faltered, and the greatest thinker of his time was gone. No screaming, no thrashing, just the quiet dignity of a man reasoning with death itself. But Athens wasn't the only one to use hemlock for justice. The Romans copied it. So did the medieval Europeans. Not for philosophers this time, but for criminals, witches, and inconvenient royals. There are whispers that some European nuns used hemlock in mixtures to induce visions of God, though those visions probably came right before the paralysis set in. And let's not forget the darker rumors. Political assassins, jealous lovers, and herbal healers who kept just a little too much of the wrong leaf in their apothecary drawers. In the 19th century, hemlock was even sold as medicine, for arthritis, for coughs, for spasms. Pharmacists used to measure doses so small, they'd make a modern toxicologist faint. Because one drop too many and you weren't easing pain, you were stopping it permanently. So what happens if someone is poisoned by hemlock today? Let's imagine. You pick wild parsley for dinner, but one of the leaves isn't parsley. It's hemlock. You eat it. At first, nothing. Then, a strange feeling in the tongue. Your legs begin to feel like lead. You try to stand, but they're not listening. Your heartbeat slows. Your breathing becomes shallow. You want to scream, but your jaw won't move. Your lungs forget how to breathe. And that's it. There's no antidote. Doctors can only keep you alive long enough for your body to metabolize what's left of the toxin. Even then, you might not make it. And yet, hemlock still grows happily in the British countryside, along rivers, roadsides, even near gardens. It doesn't need an invitation. It just turns up, tall, beautiful, and waiting for someone foolish enough to pick it. The plant's seeds spread easily, and once rooted, it's almost impossible to get rid of. Even the sap can cause blistering or dizziness if it touches the skin. Livestock have died from grazing it, and dogs, curious as ever, have been known to meet a grisly end from just a nibble. It's not just history's poison, it's a living one, a weed of whispers still claiming victims today. And then there's the mythology. The Greeks believed hemlock was a plant of Hecate, goddess of witchcraft and the crossroads. a symbol of death and transition. Witches in folklore were said to use it in their flying ointments, though one suspects most never actually took off. They just didn't wake up. In some tales, hemlock was planted at graveyards to keep restless spirits in their place. In others, it was used to ease old age, a poetic way of saying help someone along. And through it all, it remained the plant of choice for executioners and poets alike, a green ghost that walked beside human history. So next time you're walking through the countryside and see those tall white umbels swaying in the breeze, look twice. Because beneath that innocent beauty is a killer so refined it makes arsenic look clumsy. Hemlock doesn't rage, it doesn't burn, it simply whispers you to death. If you've enjoyed diving into the dark, deadly world of hemlock, and you'd like to learn more about the plants that shaped our myths, our medicine, and our murders, then don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more grimly fascinating stories from nature's most dangerous garden. This is Pete, signing off from Pete's World of Poisonous Plants. Stay curious and stay alive.